Hello lads and welcome back to the channel for another video, and the EFL season is right around the corner. No championship rubbish. I'm joking, Dan, if you're watching, but no, the League 2 season gets underway tomorrow, and to be honest, thank goodness, because I cannot wait to be back at football. I know it's been like only 2 months, something like that, but it's been way too long. In my opinion, 2 months is just way too long without football and without going to Rodney Parade week in, week out, or, obviously week in when we're home. But it is finally back. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I am looking forward to this. It's going to be a tough game against Sutton United. Don't get me wrong. I think Sutton are a decent team. Last season, they sort of fell off towards the back end of the season. They were obviously in a playoff place. They did drop off, like I mentioned. But I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be a tough game. I think it'll be an entertaining game. And just to get the season off to a flying start is what we're hoping for. Whether we'll get that or not, I'm not too sure. Like I said, this match preview will cover Sutton United. We'll cover, obviously, Newport County as well going into this fixture. We'll get your guys' opinions in the chat as well, obviously. I have set up a poll as well, which just says predictions, Sutton, draw, and Newport. Please make sure to get your say on that poll and just vote on which way you think this game is going to go. Like I said, will take place at Gander Green Lane tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, a 3 p.m. kickoff, obviously. I'm looking forward to it, and let's just get straight into it. So obviously Sutton United, like I mentioned, were sort of an unknown last season. They came into the league after, promotion to the National League, won the National League, and they just sort of took like duck to water. They really settled in at League 2 level. They played some very good football with, a few players that I'll mention that have unfortunately left the club, which could sort of put them down as a sort of, damper ahead of the season. But first of all, let's have a look at some comments. Mum is in. She says, hi, big up. Big up Mike and chat. Be sure to subscribe and like the video. Much appreciated, Chris. Like I said, always a great supporter of mine. The fly's in the bloody way. Long time no see. Can't get rid of me today, Chris. No easy games in any league. That is very true, to be honest. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Big up to Ryan from Huddersfield Fan TV. He says Newport to win 3-0. Gander Green Lane and Rodney Parade. Great ground names in this division, lol. Yeah, very much so. I went to Sutton away from home last season. Less say the better. And everyone's saying hello to each other in the chat. So the first thing we'll get on to then is our opponents for the opening day fixture, Sutton United. So looking at Sutton then in terms of incomings and outgoings, they have brought in Luke Gambin, which is a fantastic bit of business from Sutton. Obviously, we know him from Newport. He was a fantastic player when we had him. Yes, he didn't get much game time. I don't know why, the sort of down, I don't know what the explanation was, but I don't know why him and Mike Flynn didn't get on. It just didn't work out between them. I think if Luke Gambin was in this current system under James Rowberry, maybe he would have got a lot more game time. They've also brought in Josh Newfill on a free transfer, which is a very good bit of business as well. And they've also brought in Sam Hart from Oldham Athletic. As the time of filming or the time of streaming, they haven't made any more signings. I don't know if they are in the works of any more signings to come through the door. The business coming in is decent, but the business going out of the door is 10 times worse. They've lost Alofe. I don't know how you say it. Alofe obviously has gone back from his loan to Millwall. They've lost the goalkeeper, Buzanis, has gone to Reading, and they've lost David Ajiboye, who has gone to Peterborough United. So you're looking at that bit of business and, the squad that they had last season. If they would have brought in Gambin, Newfell, and Sam Hart, you would say that's an improvement on last season. But losing Daniel Ajiboye, who was a big part of their season last year, scored a few important goals, was very creative in the final third for Sutton. Buzanis between the sticks was a fantastic goalkeeper for them and was very commanding on his line. So losing them obviously is going to dampen them and is obviously going to reflect a drop-off, I think, in their table or, where they will finish next season. The top 3 rated players from last season. So What I'll be doing for every match preview is I will be going through the top 3 highest rated players from FOTMob or from SofaScore, whichever sort of app that I'm going to use. And I'll be looking at the top 3 rated players from them to obviously see who will be a key danger for the upcoming game. Ryan says, you're a very dedicated fan, Mike, so good luck with your horrible 7-hour journey tomorrow. It's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. You support the club through thick and thin. You go, up and down the country, and hopefully up and down the country doesn't involve a loss tomorrow, because don't really want to be doing that and then losing. That'll be irritating. Moving on to, like I said, the top 3 highest rated players. In at number 1 is Rob Milson, the defender. Had a 7.12 last season, so if he's fit, he is definitely going to be sort of someone to look out for in that backline. Omar Bugle, not Omar Bogle, Omar Bugle with a 7.03 as a forward. Was one of their top goal scorers last season, so again, someone to keep an eye out for. Obviously, if he's on fire, then our defender's got a job to sort of keep him out of the game. And then the defender on the list, third on the list, Louis John with a 6.93 average rating. So looking at them, if all 3 of those players are fit for tomorrow's game, they definitely will be a threat for us defensively and offensively to deal with. So like I said, I really do think those 3 will be 3 of the key players. Like I said, Kizzy, Smith, Buzanis, Ajiboye, Alofe, all massive players for them last season, no longer at the club. Chris says, wish me luck tonight. Got to do a watch along. Huddersfield versus Burnley. Got 10 cans of Red Bull to try and keep me awake. I think that means awake, not away. I don't think you need the Red Bull to keep you away. Intriguing to see if Sutton United could push on from last season, or will they drop off massively. I've gone for the latter. I've gone for them to drop off massively, in my opinion. I just think the loss of Ajiboye, the loss of Buzanis through the sticks, the loss of Alofe, yes, Gambin, Sam Hart, and Newfield are good signings. I just don't think I think they're worse off from last season, basically. They're not a better team than what they were last season. I must be honest. Moving on to us then, the players that we've signed. Obviously, we've signed 8 players in this window. I've got to try and remember them all. So Declan Drysdale through the door. Adam Lewis as well. Brought in Aaron Wildig, Sam Bowen, Will Evans, Ofrandi Zanzala, Omar Bogle, Chanka Zimba, and I believe that's it. I can't think of any others. Omar Bogle, Chanka Zimba, Zanzala, Wildig, Evans, Bowen, Drysdale, Adam Lewis. Yeah, that's it. All 8 signings. So 8 signings. I don't really care about Man United anymore, to be honest, Chris. I couldn't care less about them, to be truthfully honest with you, mate. Yeah, that's just my opinion on that. But yeah, so those 8 signings, obviously, it's going to take a lot of time for 8 signings to sort of gel into a team. But I like what we're doing. I think the way that we've got about it, we've looked at the areas that we need strengthening. We thought, right, there's some areas in here that desperately need strengthening, like the forward line. Dom Telford has gone. Courtney Baker-Richardson has gone. Rob Street went back to Crystal Palace. So we needed desperately to sort of bolster that striking area. Then you look at the midfield. We lost Finn Azaz back on loan. Lost Ollie Cooper, Jake Kane. So that's 3 players out of that midfield. So we needed to get some midfield reinforcement. And then fullback, obviously we lost Ryan Haynes to Northampton. Had to get a replacement in for Ryan Haynes. It was absolutely crucial. And then we just needed an extra centre-back because obviously Josh Pask went back on loan. So we brought Declan Drysdale in, who I believe is a better centre-back than Josh Pask anyway. So, it's on the up in the signings. I think our signings are sensible. I don't think we've made any signings that sort of weren't needed. I think all of the 8 signings were needed. We needed strikers in the likes of Zimba, Bogle, and Zanzala. I think we needed midfielders in Wildig, Bowen. I think we needed obviously the fullback in Adam Lewis. We needed Will Evans just to add a little bit of creativity into the team. Obviously, losing Ollie Cooper and Finn Azaz, and we definitely needed a centre-back in Drysdale. So the signings that we've made have been sort of signings that you can look on and think, yeah, those signings that they've made are sensible, but not only sensible, they haven't just gone and splashed loads of money at, or not loads of money, but I just haven't, because what we could have done is we could have easily looked at it and thought, right, we didn't get promoted last season. Let's just go and get 12, 13 players through the door and just try and throw sort of players at promotion. It doesn't work in this league. If you sort of force it, it's not going to work. You need to stabilise. You need to get a great stability. You need to build the foundations. And you look at the side that we've got a great sort of spine right through the team. I think the goalkeeping area we've got great with Nick Townsend, Joe Day. Centre-back area, we've got Demetrio, Drysdale, Dolan, Clark, sort of in that centre-back. And then into like the midfield, we've got Jake Kane, Bowen, Wildig, right for that midfield. And then the strikers, we've got, 4 or 5 or 3 decent strikers in Bogle, Zimber, and Zanzala. Ryan says, some brilliant signings made for you, Mike. And he says, very sensible way of doing things the way Newport have. Exactly, that's what I mean. You don't want to just hang on. Got to go, mate. Good show as always. Good luck to Newport. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for popping in. Really does appreciate it. But like I said, you can't just throw players at it and just hope that, throwing 10, 11, 12 new players at it will automatically result in promotion, because it just doesn't work that way in this league. So the signings that we've made, I'm happy with. Outgoings, Ryan Haynes, a big one. Dom Telford again is another big one. And obviously losing Courtney Baker-Richardson again is big. But I think the main ones are the loanees that have gone back to their parent club. Like Finn Azaz was excellent for us, absolutely fantastic for us last season. Ollie Cooper, again, was unbelievable. You look at Jake Kane when he came in and out of the team, looked good. Rob Street off the bench gave us a different option, different dynamic in that attack. So I think the players that have gone back to their parent club are actually a bigger loss than the ones that were actually players for us, if that makes sense. Moving on to my predicted 11 then. I don't know whether I've gone with a predicted 11. I don't know if it's the 11 that I think James Rowbury will go with, if it's what I think we'll go with, if it's what I want us to go with. It's a bit of a mix, really, of the 11 that I think we may as well see. That we may end up seeing 3 o'clock tomorrow. So the formation that I've gone with is a 5-3-2. It's obviously the formation that Mike Flynn got a lot of success in back-to-back. Michael Flynn and James Rowbury, getting a lot of success with the 5-3-2. Michael Flynn, obviously 2 playoff finals with that formation, so you can see why we stick to it. It's just a Newport formation now. Doesn't seem to really change. We can change it in game. I think it will change in game to potentially a 3-5-2, whether we're on the front foot or if we're more defensively. One of the strikers may drop in and act as a midfielder. Anything can happen in game, but starting position, it will be a 5-3-2. In goals, I've gone with Nick Townsend. I've gone Nick Townsend in goals. I just don't think Joe Day is the right option. I like Joe Day. I just think there's a liability. There's a mistake in Joe Day, and I hate to say it because obviously he's a legend, not a legend, but he's a great hero for us. Some of the stuff that he's done in the last 5 years, the previous spell, and then this spell as well. So I'll go with a 5-3-2. Nick Townsend in goals. Left wing back, I would go with Adam Lewis. What I've seen in pre-season, he looks like an unbelievable wing back. On loan from Liverpool, he's playing in Scotland last season. Really was, a fantastic player in Scotland. The 3 centre-backs, I'll go with Mickey Demetrio, Declan Drysdale, Matty Dolan, the triple Ds in the back line. Afternoon or evening to Reese. He says, evening, mate. And then he says, enjoy your overnight stay. Yeah. Cheers for that, Reese, mate. Really does appreciate you dropping in and that kind remark. But yeah, as I was saying, the back 3, Demetrio, Dolan, Drysdale, Cameron Norman as the right wing back, And then this is where it gets interesting. I've gone for a midfield three of Aaron Wildig, Sam Bowen, James Waite. So sort of Wildig and Bowen as the sort of central defenders, sort of box-to-box midfielders, with James Waite as the number 10. I just think James Waite offers us something in attack that, you know, we didn't see last season. Last season we had Azaz, we had Ollie Cooper. They were very much different to James Waite. James Waite offers that something different. And towards the back end of the season, he was fantastic towards the back end of the season, James Waite. It just, you know, sort of came into the sort of team at the wrong time when Ollie Cooper, Azaz were firing and playing well. So James Waite I'd put as the number 10. And then this is where it gets interesting. The two strikers, I've gone Omar Bogle and Chanka Zimba. Now, a lot of people were saying Omar Bogle is an awful signing. I actually do think if we can get him fit and if we can play to his sort of play style, we will get something out of Omar Bogle. Whether that'll be, you know, what we want to have from our striker, 15 to 20 league goals, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that out of him. However, I do think that, you know, if you get him fit, if we get him fit and we get him playing, I think we generally could have a very good player in there. So that is my team. I'll run for it again in case anyone missed it. So my team, or my predicted team for the game tomorrow is Townsend, Adam Lewis, Mickey Demetrio, Declan Drysdale, Matty Dolan, Cameron Norman, Aaron Wildig, Sam Bowen, James Waite, Omar Bogle, Chanka Zimba. That is my predicted 11. We'll get into score predictions in a minute. I will do the countdown before we get into score predictions. Why not? Why not? Read a few more comments before we get into score predictions. Chris says, Wildig, a statement signing from you is a fantastic sign. In other words, that's Wildig having a worldie against us. All right. Cheers. Thanks for joining in, Andrew. He says, all right, boys, welcome to the stream. And he says, what's everyone's predictions? You'll be able to get your predictions in a minute, guys. Like I said, we are going to go to the countdown before we get into everyone's predictions. Get your score predictions ready, guys. Yes, I quite like that. So sort of mystery ahead of the score predictions. So let me know in the chat. I will ask you kindly to give your score prediction for this game. What is everyone's score prediction ahead of this game? Sutton United against Newport County. Be interesting to see what you guys have to say as your score prediction. And then I will give you my score prediction. I already know mine, so don't worry. I'm not going to be sort of going what you say. I do know what I think ahead of this game, and I think it'll be a tough game. I do think it'll be a tough game. I think we'll win. I do think we'll win, but it'll be interesting to see what you guys say in the chat. Like I said, I just don't see where Sutton are going to, have the form. Like the players they've lost, they've lost too many key players. They've lost the main goal threat in Olafe and Ajiboye. They've lost their main goalkeeper in Dean Buzanis. So it just seems like it's a little bit frail in the team after losing, very, very pivotal players. Obviously from their amazing season last year. No one expected them to do what they done last season, and it was truly remarkable that they nearly sort of got into the playoffs, and that would have been special, wouldn't it? So Andrew has gone Sutton 3, Newport 1. He says Sutton narrowly missed playoffs. I think Newport have gone backwards. Also, interesting prediction, Andrew. Interesting prediction. Personally, I think we've improved. I think we have improved. Yes, we lost Dom Telford, but like I keep saying about Dom Telford, he's not. It wasn't all Dom Telford last season. It was Azaz, it was Cooper, But the players that are still here that played well last season, you got James Waite in there. Cameron Norman as a right wing back was absolutely, unbelievable going forward. So versatile, could drop back, could attack, could defend, could put a ball in. So I thought that he was obviously a massive player. Adam Lewis coming in to compete with Aaron Lewis on that side. I just think overall, I think we have slowly improved. He says Dom Telford, Ollie Cooper, Courtney Baker Richardson. I don't think Courtney Baker Richardson is that much of a loss, Andrew, personally. And I do think Omar Bogle will score goals. I do think he will score goals. How many that'll be, I'm not too sure. But I do think that we can get goals out of Omar Bogle. Like I said earlier on in the show before you tuned in, Andrew, I did say that if we can get him sort of firing and if we can get him play into the system that he sort of suits, then I think we can get the best out of Omar Bogle. Right, my score prediction for this game. I will wait a while to see if anyone else gets their score prediction in the chat. If you forget to put your score prediction in the chat, do put it in the comments once this live stream has ended. He says, all right, I will front up if I am wrong. Look, it's all about opinion. You could be massively right. I could be massively wrong. I just do think maybe it's a bit of biased. Maybe it is a bit of bias. I'm not too sure. But I do think that we've improved. Well, we'll see. Ryan from Huddersfield Fan TV, do get over there and drop him a sub. He says, I said 3-0 Newport earlier. Yes, you did actually. I did forget that. So we've got 3-0 Newport. We've got 3-1 Sutton from Andrew. My prediction for this opening game of the season, first match preview of the season, I have gone with Sutton United 1, Newport County 2. Now, I've said it ever since the fixtures got sort of released, ever since I knew, we were playing them. I thought, right, I think we're going to sneak this 2-1. Now, the way I think we're going to win this, I think we're going to win it in the midfield. I think Sam Bowe and Aaron Wildig will be very much a stable in that midfield. I think we'll win the midfield battle. They look bleak in midfield, Sutton. I think we'll win that battle, which will then win us the game. I'm going to go 2-1. Get your score predictions in the chat as well, guys. Interesting to see what you guys say. Ethan says, Omar Bogle turned up to training late for us, made his own way to away games and strutted about like he owned the place. I'm glad he's off our wage bill and your problem now. Good luck with him. Well, if he bangs 15, 20 goals, Ethan, then I'll definitely have him as a problem. I'm not all for this. Like so many players in the past, we've had good reports from and then turned out to be absolute waste of time. And then also some good players that, some players that have had bad attitude come to us and completely changed. So I'm in the opinion of let's just see what happens. We've heard all the bad stuff. We'll put that away. If Omar Bogle comes in and the same attitude problems or the same sort of way that he acts happens at Newport, then we'll be like, yeah, okay, the Hartlepool fans were right. But at this moment in time, I'm of the opinion of everyone gets a clean slate as a new signing. A new signing gets half a season to prove to us that they can hack it. Because if you come from another country, then also you get a little bit more of a settling in period. But if you come from the same sort of league or the same country, the same style of football, then realistically you should hit the ground running. You should only theoretically have half a season to embed and half a season to get firing at your new club. Reese Gaming Arena says Sutton United 0, Newport County 2. It's interesting. It is very interesting. I think we will win the game. I think we've just got enough to beat Sutton in this one. But like I said, it's all about opinion. It's all about different people's thoughts and stuff like that. So that is my first match preview of the season. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely massive shout out to everyone for tuning in for this match preview. It really does help. Please, if you could, drop a like. We are 2 likes away from 10 likes on this stream. So please make sure to drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you are new around here. And if you haven't done so already, comment your thoughts down below in the comment section below when the end of this live stream. There will be a match day vlog tomorrow. I'm not too sure what time it will be out. Around about 6 o'clock, and there will be a game week review on Sunday, and then the content starts again on next week with the exact same cycle. I'll quickly say this before I go. Andrew says, what's everyone's thoughts on Cardiff versus Norwich? I said 3-1 Norwich. I think Norwich will blow them out of the water, if I'm truthfully honest. But yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Smash a like on the video. Drop a subscribe on the channel if you haven't done so already. We're getting ever closer to 2.9k. Comment your thoughts down below, and I will speak to you very, very shortly. And the vlog will be out tomorrow as well, so please make sure to enjoy that.